everyone. Namaste. How are you all? Are you okay? Good, I hope so. Now today we are again together for doing our English lesson. Are you eagerly waiting for this? Good. Now for one period we will be together doing our English lesson of grade 10. Okay? Well, it is from unit 9 of grade 10 textbook. Okay? The things we are doing today is from that. However, please, if here are other students from other classes, they can join and take part in learning activities. Okay? Class 10 students as well as other students who are interested in writing activities. Do you love writing? Great. Okay, we will do some writing activities today. Okay? If you are in grade 10, unit 9, writing 1 and writing 2, activities from that, or even for others I will present the content. So, please be close to the device with writing materials and other things whatever you need during the class. Okay? Ready? Okay. Now, the things we will do today is, well, one thing we will do is writing 1, that is writing about past events. Okay, writing past events. Next, expressing opinion or writing opinion on studying history. And under second task of writing or writing 2, we will do 2 tasks, similar type of 2 tasks. Okay, one is writing story based on the given clues, and next writing story beginning with the given sentence. Okay, the sentence is given, beginning with that sentence you will try writing story. Are you ready? Good. Well, let's start without delay. Come to the first writing task. What is it? The first writing task is study the events below. These are the major events that happened in the history of Nepal from 2017 BS to 2046 BS. Write a couple of paragraphs about Nepal's journey from panchayat to multi-party democracy. So, this is the task, and events are given here. Events are presented here. Are here? Can you read? Yes. In your book, if you have, you can read there, or if you do not have book there, you can look at here on the screen. First post 2017, King Mahendra dismissed the elected government, suspended parliament, imprisoned the prime minister, ministers, banned political parties and activities, seized all power. 22nd post 2017, King Mahendra announced the partyless autocratic panchayat system. 10th Jyeshtha 2036, announcement of referendum. 20th Baisakh 2037, the election of referendum took place. 10th Jyeshtha 2042, non-violent civil disobedience movement. 7th Falgun 2046, the mass movement formally started. And 26th Chaitra 2046, restoration of multi-party system. So, this is journey from panchayat to democracy. They are the events in points. Now, your task is to write them in sentences, in paragraph. Okay, form sentences out of them and then write paragraph. Can you do? Yes. Okay. Now, well, before you do it, look at me or look at the screen and listen to me few things. Okay. Now, when you write it, you can use the title like Nepal's journey from panchayat to democracy. Okay. You can use the means without title, just you can write question on the top and then start writing, that is also okay. Okay, but better use the title Nepal's Journey from Panchayat to Democracy. You can use it. Next, develop each of the given events in a sentence. Each event one sentence, or sometime one event may be explained in two sentences, or two events may be included in one sentence. That way you can do, but each of the events should be explained. Okay. Third thing, use past tense to write the events. Use past tense. Past tense means it may be sometime past perfect as well. Okay. Generally simple past, sometime past continuous, mostly you use here simple past. Next thing, include all the given events in chronological order, order of their happening, order in which they happened in history, okay, as they are presented, as they are given in your book. Next, be accurate with grammar and punctuation, okay, as far as possible. Okay, revise it after you finish writing. If there is any grammatical ill-formed sentences, correct them. Okay, revise it and correct as far as possible. You can use some discourse markers such as wine, after that, finally, these things. Okay, that makes your writing better, doesn't it? Can you do now? Okay, let's start. Do it quickly. Elaborate each of the event in sentence. Okay, write it. Well, as you are writing, okay, I'll present one of the students writing. Your friend, one of your friends from class 10 has written it and submitted me. Okay, there are several copies of these things here with me, so I'll present one of them. Okay. Well, now this student's writing. Okay, I'll present one. Look at it and read it so that you can learn from this writing as well. Okay. Well, now let's read how the student has written. Okay. Nepal's journey from the panchayat system to multi-party democracy was a significant and tumultuous period in the country's history. On the 1st of Pous in the year 2017, King Mahendra took drastic measures by dismissing the elected government, suspending parliament, imprisoning the Prime Minister and ministers, banning political parties and activities, and seizing all power. This marked the beginning of the partyless autocratic panchayat system announced by the King Mahendra on the 22nd of Pous 2017. Okay, that's right. Okay. Well, elaboration is very good, but this sentence is too long. So, it would have been better if this sentence was broken into two. Well, next second paragraph. Over the years, the dissatisfaction with the panchayat system grew, leading to a turning point on the 10th of Jesta 2036 when the announcement of the referendum was made. The referendum held on the 20th of Baisakh 2037 gave the people an opportunity to voice their opinion on the political system. However, it was not until the 10th of Jesta 2042 that a non-violent civil disobedience movement emerged, signaling a growing desire for change. Next paragraph. The mass movement formally began on the 7th of Falgun 2046, reflecting the collective will of the people to transition towards a more inclusive and democratic system. Finally, on the 26th of Chaitra 2046, Nepal saw the restoration of the multi-party system, marking the end of the autocratic panchayat era and the beginning of a new chapter in the country's political landscape. Well, it was well written, wasn't it? Okay, except few things, it was okay. Well, in the same way, you can try producing this sort of writing. Okay, clues are given, based on that you can write your own. Well, you can organize it in 2 or 3 paragraphs. Okay, good. Now let's go to second task. What is it? Here you can see task B. Some people think studying history is just a waste of time, while others think that it is essential. Some think this is a waste of time, some people think that it is essential, important. What do you think of these ideas? Write your opinion in about 200 words. Now you should write your opinion whether it is waste of time studying history or it is important. Okay? Can you do it? Great. Well, before you start writing, I'll give you some ideas to write, some guidelines, okay, before you start. Let's see. First, take a few minutes to write down all the thoughts that come to mind regarding the importance or perceived waste of time in studying history. Think about these 2 ideas, okay, whatever comes to your mind when you think about it. Good aspect, bad aspect of studying history. Next, choose a stance on whether studying history is a waste of time or essential. Choose stand. You are standing. What is your standing? Do you think it is important or waste of time? Take side. Okay, that is what you should form your opinion. Third thing, once you have a list of ideas, organize them into a coherent structure. In the beginning you have written some points. Now choose stand and then organize those ideas in structure. Well, 2 or 3 ideas in one paragraph, other 2 or 3 ideas in another paragraph. That way you can organize. Okay. Next thing, support your ideas with real world examples to make your argument more persuasive. You can take ideas from history, Nepalese history, world history, and then you can support your points. Okay. Well, link past, present and future. Okay. Well, if it is waste of time, well, learning from past is not necessary. You can link ideas, or if it is good thing, we can learn from these events in history, you can support it, link them. How present is the outcome of past, how future will be the outcome of present and past, link those ideas. Similarly, focus on expressing your ideas clearly and concisely. Okay. And after writing your initial draft, take the time to proofread and edit. So once you finish it, don't think that it is done. Revise it. There can be some errors. Okay. When you revise it second time, you may find some errors and then finalize it. But remember, present a well organized response that reflects your understanding of the topic. It is, remember that this topic, this question, okay, task is about expressing yourself clearly. So well organized response should be well produced. Okay, whatever you think, based on those thoughts, you should express a well organized essay. Let's not say essay, but few paragraphs. Okay, good. Well, you can write this way. In the beginning, now you can start writing one. Well, for example, on one side good aspect, okay, in your paper, in your page of paper, one side good aspects of studying history, okay, good aspects, on the other hand bad aspects. Well, for example, now what you write on good aspects, this is essential, study of history is essential, important. Bad aspect means waste of time, isn't it? Now if it is good aspect, what do you think? What are the good ideas that comes to your mind? You can write source of inspiration, source of inspiration, is it? Similarly, what other things? Sense of identity, sense of identity. Similarly, what other things? So it fosters critical thinking. It makes us, study of history makes us think critically. So fosters critical thinking, you can write. Critical thinking. What others? So studying history, by studying history we can learn from the past. So we can learn from the past. Learning from the past. Well, some ideas you can write this way. And bad aspects are a waste of time. What idea comes to your mind? For example, well, focus on future, not in past. Well, future should be focused. Should be focused. Well, similarly, past has gone, no more relevant, is it? Study of past is no more relevant, means irrelevant. Irrelevant. Well, this way you can write some points. Now, when you have written some points, where are more ideas? For example, good aspects, more ideas. Bad aspects, fewer ideas. Then what do you write? Studying history may be good, important, essential. So we start with these ideas. Now organize them. Source of inspiration, sense of identity and belonging. You can manage this thing in one paragraph. Fosters critical thinking, learning from the past, another paragraph. This way you can organize. Okay? Well, now I'll present one writing from one of the students, okay, your friends from class 10. Well, now let's read this writing, okay. In my opinion, studying history is far from a waste of time. It is essential for various reasons. History is like a teacher that helps us understand the present and prepare for the future. By learning about past events, we gain insights into the mistakes and successes of the societies, governments, and individuals. This knowledge allows us to make informed decisions, avoid repeating errors, and build upon achievements. Well, when you write, well, informed, I-N-F-O-R-M-E, and then D is in this line. This is better not to do it, okay. You can adjust this D here, or you can take one syllable here. Okay, that's all right. Other writing, that's okay, isn't it? Moreover, history provides a sense of identity and belonging. It connects us to our roots, culture, and heritage, fostering a deeper understanding of who we are and where we come from. It teaches us about the struggles and triumphs of our ancestors, instilling a sense of pride and resilience. Next paragraph. Furthermore, studying history nurtures critical thinking and analytical skills. It encourages us to question, evaluate evidence, and form our own opinion. This ability to think critically is crucial in navigating the complexities of the modern world. And finally, in conclusion, history is a valuable reservoir of wisdom that enriches our lives, shapes our worldview, and equips us with the knowledge needed to contribute positively to society. Far from being a waste of time, it is an investment in our collective understanding and progress. Okay, that's good, isn't it? So here also progress, in progress, double S is dropped here. Okay, some errors are there anyway, except that ideas are well expressed, well organized, aren't they? Well, you can manage various paragraphs, 2, 3 or 4 paragraphs you can manage. Can you do? Great, great. Okay, let's go to another task. Well, dear students, we have done writing 1. Okay, first writing task. Now there is another second writing task. Okay, this is about writing stories. Are you any good at writing stories? Yes? No? If you say no, let's try. If you say yes, you can do it. Well, let's start with task 1A. What is there? Write a story using the outlines given below. There are outlines. Okay, in the beginning what is given? The bat, the birds and the beasts. Well, this is the title. Now, a great conflict between the birds and the beasts. 2 armies collected together. The bat refuses to join, says he is a beast. Beast request, says he is a bird. Peace made, no battle, rejoicing. Bat wishes to join. Both thrown against him, threaten to tear into pieces. Bat flies away. Moral. Well, so this is a moral story, but only outline is given. Okay. Well, every day or sometime we hear moral stories, don't we? So this is also one of them. Now you can create your own story based on this clue. Okay, and then write it. Well, to write it, let's talk about the structure of the story. First, what do we write at the top? Title. Good. Title you should write in the top of your page, and then start with stating when did it happen, where did it happen, what happened, who were there. Okay, so here when means how do we start? Once upon a time, long ago, once, that way. Have you ever written like this? Yes. So once upon a time, you can start with that. And then where? Once upon a time there was a village. Okay, in a village, in a distant village, that way. What happened? Who means characters. What happened means even. So state it. Now in the given outline, what do we write here? A great conflict between the birds and beasts. But remember, when you should aid in the beginning. Once upon a time or long ago, you can aid in the beginning. Okay, and then from that clues, it's here. Okay, similarly, write the conflict. What is the conflict there? In this story, what is the conflict? Detectives find it. The conflict is the bat refuses to join, says he is a beast. Beast request, says he is a bird. There is conflict now. Well, and then write how the conflict was solved, resolved or solved. So here how is it solved? Peace made, no battle, rejoicing, solved, no battle. And then write how the bad character suffered. What happened here? Now Bat wishes to join but thrown against him, threatened to tear into pieces. Bat flies away. Bat, because of his indecision, suffered. Okay, then finally write moral lesson of the story. Okay, that is how you make good structure of story. Can you do? Good. Okay, start. Well, I'll present one of the writing from your friends. Okay, here is one. Okay, let's read and then do accordingly. Okay. Well, now here the student has written this way. The title: The Bat, the Birds and the Beasts. Once upon a time, in the peaceful land of Greenwood, a great conflict arose between the birds and the beasts. The chirping birds and the growling beasts had gathered their armies, feathers and fur standing on end, ready for a fierce battle. Amidst the commotion, there was a little bat who found himself caught in a dilemma. When the birds invited him to join their ranks, the bat shook his head, declaring, "I am a beast." Yet, when the beast requested this presence, he insisted, "No, I am a bird." Caught between two wolves, the bat couldn't decide where he belonged. The birds and beasts, tired of the dispute, decided to make peace. No battle would be fought, and the creatures of Greenwood rejoiced at the prospect of harmony. However, as soon as the peace was declared, the bat certainly wanted to join the celebration. The birds and beasts, feeling betrayed, turned against him. They threatened to tear the bat into pieces for his indecision. Fearing for his safety, the bat spread his wings and flew away. Good, well expressed story. Now, moral: those who try to play both sides may end up with neither. Good. Who try to play both sides may end up with neither. Good. This way you can try writing story with the given structure. Okay. Well, dear students, now we are going to do the second task, that is another story writing. Is it so? But before we start the task, I will give you some more guidelines. Okay. Before this, we discussed about the structure of story, but what sort of language should be used, we will talk more on it. Okay. Okay, let's see. Write the title of the story at the top center of the page. Okay, you know this. Second, start with when the story took place. For example, once upon a time, once long ago, I told you. Third thing, write where the story took place. For example, this student, okay, recently I presented, she had written in Greenwood forest, somewhere in a distant forest, in a forest, you can write that way. Well, similarly, introduce the characters and write special features if they have any. Okay, features means, well, once upon a time there was a farmer in a village. He was hardworking and laborious. So, hardworking, laborious are the features. Okay. Well, next, write the conflict followed by its climax and resolution in detail. Conflict, well, there is conflict, and then after conflict there is climax, and finally it is solved, isn't it? And after solution, good characters are rewarded. Now, write how good characters are rewarded and bad characters suffer. And then after that, write the possible moral lesson of the story. Okay, what can be the moral lesson? What we can learn from the story? Okay, and some more thing about language. See, when you write a story, use past simple, past continuous and past perfect. Generally past simple. Okay, past simple and past continuous, when this happened, okay, this was doing that. Well, this way we learn this thing. While I was watching TV, okay, someone shouted by my name, someone called by my name. That way you can write. Well, when I had closed the door, I saw someone appear on next door or somewhere there. That way you can write things. Similarly, adjective and adverbs. Use adjectives and adverbs to describe the characters, their manners. For example, the lion jumped at the tiger ferociously. The angry lion jumped at the tiger ferociously. Here you are using angry, adjective, ferociously, adverb. Okay, well, this way. Similarly, direct speech with reporting verbs and punctuation. He said, if you write he said and then inverted comma, within that his statements. Okay, well, direct speech sometime. Similarly, discourse a time marker. For example, then, after that, later, after a week, finally, on that day, next day, okay, later on that day. This is the way you can express. Similarly, appropriate characters. Characters mean in writing, capital or small characters. Okay, later, fonts, tenses, punctuation and spelling. So edit it. So that way you can write. So structure we discussed before, didn't we? Well, now I told you some guidelines. I gave you some guidelines. There is another task, task B. See, write a story that begins with the sentence, one warm summer afternoon, an old owl was dozing when a grasshopper disturbed it with a very raspy song. This should be the beginning sentence. One warm summer afternoon, an old owl was dozing when a grasshopper disturbed it with a very raspy song is the beginning sentence. And beginning with this sentence, you can continue and write a story along with moral lesson. Okay, first decide the title and then start writing story, finally write moral. Can you do? Great, you can try. Try to write a well written story. Okay, good. Now here I will present again one of the writing from one of your friends from class 10. Okay, well, let's read and get some ideas. Look at it, dear students. Let's read it. The title, An Owl and a Grasshopper. Okay, story. One warm summer afternoon, an old owl was dozing when a grasshopper disturbed it with a very raspy song. The wise owl opened its eyes and looked down from its tree branch, curious about the noise. The little grasshopper, excited about its own music, hopped closer to the wise owl. "Hello, Mr. Owl, I hope my song didn't bother you," chirped the grasshopper cheerfully. Well, cheerfully is the word adverb, isn't it? The owl, with a patient smile, replied, "Oh, not at all, young one. Your song is quite lively. What brings you to my tree?" The grasshopper explained, "I just wanted to share my music with everyone in the forest. Do you like it?" The owl nodded appreciatively and said, "Your song is unique and brings joy to the air. Keep singing, little friend." From that day on, the owl and the grasshopper became unlikely friends. The grasshopper's raspy tunes and the owl's wise hoots echoed through the summer afternoon, creating a harmonious melody that the forest animals loved. And so, in the shade of the old tree, an unexpected friendship blossomed, teaching everyone in the forest the beauty of harmony and acceptance. And moral lesson: embracing and celebrating our differences can lead to a harmonious world. Very beautiful story, isn't it? Well, dear students, that was well written story, isn't it? Well, now we did 2 writing tasks, and finally I'll tell you few things about the project work. Well, in project work, what is given in your book is collect information about one of the famous kings of Nepal, then write the major events that took place during his reign. Display the events in a timeline on a chart paper. For this, you can choose one of the kings and then make a timeline on a chart. Collect major events in his reign. Okay, for example, you can draw a line this way, okay, and choose a king, for example, Pratap Malla, okay, example, and here write about what? One event, second event, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, well, this way, how many events there are, okay, and then first event may be his birth, okay, but during his reign is given, so birth may not be important event here. First one and last one may be birth and death, but birth, when was he born? Last one may be death, when did he die? Okay, so this thing, and in between that, okay, what events, major events, okay, and then when, well, each events should be explained with when, the date. So here you can write the event and here time, year, okay, that way you can display on a chart paper. Can you do? Good, you can do, okay. You can form pairs and then do it together and then compete it with each other, paste on the wall and then compare each other's writing timeline, okay, good. And finally, you can read some learn words, words that are taken from other languages. For example, anonymous is taken from Greek language, loot is taken from Hindi, safari is taken from Arabic. This way, some other words like lemon, ketchup, utensil, cigar, cookies, metropolis, avatar, entrepreneur, catalog, justice, vigilante, language, alcohol, amen, bungalow, husband, massage, pizza, noodle, karma, chase, boycott, and zombie. Well, these words are taken from different languages into English. So read the origin of these words. Okay. With this, we are at the end of today's lesson. Please keep writing those stories as well as events, historical events, and your opinions on them. Okay. Keep practicing later, even when you are free. Well, now have a great time, have a great study, good study. Thank you everyone for your attention. Bye bye everyone.